Spidey friends? It's your old pal Spider-Man here, and I need...
What is going on, you guys? It's your old pal, Missed the Part here, back again. Hopefully you guys liked that intro. This is going to be a nostalgic video for me, because I just really want to talk about this, and that is the Ultimate Spider-Man ride that happened in Niagara Falls. And I'm pretty much gonna tell you, like, everything of what I know and what happened and my thoughts on everything. Now, this was a ride that was really fun. They also had a Hulk ride. They had so many different things. It was called Marvel Superheroes Adventure City, and they ended up closing it down because the rights ended up getting taken away. I think it was because, I think the real reason, there is a Twitter for this that you guys can follow. I will put it in the description down below, but it pretty much goes over where you can actually look at all the information regarding this ride and what happened at Niagara Falls. But the guy that was telling me that was running it, I can't remember the name off by heart, but he was telling me that the thing closed down because the licensing with Marvel was getting too expensive, so the owner couldn't, he couldn't pay for it, and then he had to close down, which eventually would go to the WWE shop in 2008, and then that closed down, I think, a couple years ago, and then I don't know what I think it's a bar now or something with beer. But anyways, the ride was really interesting, man. Like, I remember walking in there, you could see the Fantastic Four stuff. They had all this amazing artwork that was like, it was also like glowing too, like some of it was glowing. They had like mini putt, and you would walk right in there, and I don't know if you could hear the Danny Elfman theme song for Spider-Man, but you could hear some kind of theme, and you were walking in there, and there was just some really interesting stuff because it was based all on Mark Bagley's Ultimate Spider-Man comic art, and it was really amazing because they also had like Doc Ock. They had all these characters, and it was just really fun because I remember when I went in there, and I was just going in there, and like they had these old coins, and all the coins had like Marvel on it. So it's such an amazing place, man. Like, I remember, like, if you guys were a kid as well and you went here, you probably know what I'm talking about. Like, it was just really disappointing when I went back there with my family and we found out that it was canceled. And I don't know if this is really true or not, but when we were down there and we were talking to somebody that was like, I think he was taking down the animatronics, but the animatronics were being taken down, and we overheard that they might have been doing a Hobgoblin and a symbiote Spider-Man. Now, I don't know if this would be 616 or not, but they wanted to have those animatronics put in moving. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's just what I heard all those years ago. So, I mean, like, it's really interesting because the animatronic Ultimate Green Goblin would actually talk, and he would move around. So when you would kind of like walk up the steps, you could see and hear like Spider-Man talking to Green Goblin. So like, if you're a kid, it was one of the best, if not the best moments of all time, because like, you're just walking up there, you don't really know what's going on at first, and then all you see two animatronic Marvel characters talking to each other. It's just one of the best experiences I think I ever had. And when you're just doing that maze, like, they had all these Marvel hero pictures, so like you're walking in and you can just see all these different pictures of like Hulk, Punisher, the Fantastic Four, and they also had the Marvel shop where they had like all these vintage Marvel Select figures, like the Doc Ock and Spider-Man 1. They had like a Web of Spider-Man issue 1 figure, like that was so cool. Like, they had shelves and shelves just filled with merchandise. You could get like pins, and there was just so much Marvel stuff there back then. Now, my theory was that it got canceled, like the whole Marvel shop was pretty much canceled, everything got taken down because the failure of Spider-Man 3, but that's not actually true. It was because of the Marvel license. So I'm not really sure how much the Marvel license would be going for. I'm not sure like who actually runs the place now, but it's just really interesting to see that like that actually happened. And I mean, like, if you were smart enough now, I definitely would suggest whoever like has that running right now, like, if you opened that today and the MCU is so huge, dude, you'd be making millions and millions of dollars, no doubt. Like, people would be going in there, and all you see is like all these Marvel Legends just around the wall. You have like the Far From Home Spider-Man, like all the Spider-Man, like the Spider-Verse stuff. It would just be really cool, like, if they could do it again. But I remember going in there. It was just really fun. That attraction was probably one of the best ones when I was there. And I think it was near the Sheraton Hotel. Like, it was like right underneath. So like you could literally like have your hotel, because I remember we went there and we were at like the top floor. Now I'm not sure if that's the one with the pool on the roof or not, but that hotel that we went in, like we got up and then in the morning you could just walk down and then you could just hear a bunch of like Marvel stuff going on. You could play all the video games and you could see the animatronic stuff. So I mean, like, for that to be taken down back then, like, it was pretty disappointing, because I know a lot of people just really loved going there. It was really fun. They had, that was when like Ultimate was like really booming. Like they had Ultimate X-Men, Hulk, like everything. And then it slowly kind of died down between 2006, 2007, and then when 2008 came around, that's when they ended up doing the WWE shop. And I think they ended up having like Edge and like Undertaker do like cement wall things with their hands. They did something there. But then they ended up getting that merch shop, and they ended up changing everything. Now, I do remember like the Hulk ride was broken down a couple times, so that could have also played in a factor with the amount of money they ended up making at the Niagara Falls area, because, if it was shut down, they're not really making any money. So that happened, and that could have played a factor in why they didn't want to renew the license. And I mean, I could see why they didn't, because there wasn't really anything Marvel related movies coming out. But now, man, like when you're looking at it, you're like, dude, like you gotta open this back up, because I definitely would be going there. Something that I really love to do. If they ended up, like, if I won like $10 million, man, I'd get the Marvel license. I think I would open up the whole store. But it's just memories. It's just really fun to talk about that. But yeah, like the animatronic stuff, like if you were there and you witnessed that, man, like, yeah, it's just amazing. But anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts about my experience with the Niagara Falls ride with the Ultimate Spider-Man stuff. Like, there was so much stuff that they could have done. Like, I find that the voice actors with Ultimate Spider-Man was just way off. So like, I feel like if they ended up redoing all that animation and stuff, like they could definitely get like better voice actors for that. And there's just so many different things related to that. Like, it did feel kind of rushed, and I could understand that, because the Spider-Man movies were just like, they were coming out like every year, so they were probably rushing, and they ended up just getting random voice actors for it. But like, I literally could have seen the Spider-Man 2000 voice actor do that, but I don't know, like, it just felt like the guy was like 50 years old, and then that happened. So it's just really strange how they ended up doing all that. But the animations with that, it was really fun. The logo was really cool. And I think they did play the Danny Elfman theme in the actual animation. But anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you guys are new around here and you guys want to see more content of me just kind of like rambling on, talking about some of my experiences and stuff, because I did a Spider-Man 4 video on when it was canceled, and a lot of you guys wanted me to do the TASM 3 one about my experience with that as well, so I got that coming up. But anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. Subscribe, like, share, and turn your notifications on so you and your friends are all up to date with the latest content. But anyways, as always, peace out.